We made it to June. My glasses. I'm the anxious woman. How's everybody doing? First things first, how are you doing? How's everyone feeling? What's happening in your world? Anything new? Anything exciting? Anything where you went, oh God, I can't believe that happened? Let me know. I got a bazillion things to fill you in on. A bazillion. I'll be all over the place, but that's not anything unusual. Just bear with me. I'm just going to fill you in on what we're doing, how we are. It is Sunday. We actually have had no rain today. We had some sun. George and I took a long walk this morning. So got some steps in. We walked the neighborhood, which was very nice. And then I went outside and I worked on my plants, took off everything that was had died off so that we could push some new things, and got that done. And then healthy breakfast for me. I'm going to do the healthy eating. I'm going to be really mindful of my weight and my water intake. Over the past, I don't know how long, I slipped a bit in my water. And you guys know, if you've been with me forever, how important my water is. So if I remember this all correctly, and I'm pretty sure I do, if you get a McDonald's cup, and this I believe is a small, and you fill it to the line here, it's 16 ounces. So this is my third 16 ounces. And then I had probably 8 ounces, maybe, in my tea this morning. 6 ounces, probably more like 6 ounces. So I'll get another 16, 16, 32, 64, and 6. That's 71. So I'll finish this and I'll have definitely another one of these before I go to bed. So I'll be at about 70 ounces of water. And about 70 ounces of water is where I want to be. Going through a whole lot of traumas, which is what I did in the last year. And when I say traumas, it could be, a lot of serious change. I think that big changes create trauma in us, whether it's a nervousness or an anxiety or a fear or just whatever. Between Sky passing away, me being on my own for a while, meeting my now husband, and all the unknowns, and then packing up my apartment and him packing up his house and selling it and moving and us buying a house and moving and getting used to a new neighborhood, a new city for me, not for him, but there's been a lot. And so I found over that time that, and then I started baking, which was like the curse of the devil, So I decided, starting today, June 1, we're going to work on healthier eating, better choices, especially for me because George has been doing really well. But I just need to be more mindful. So I had cereal for breakfast with 1% milk. I will be just switching over to almond milk. I'm just going to finish up what I have. But I had Raisin Bran. I didn't add any, as a kid I would add extra sugar on it. I didn't do that. Just had a little bit of Raisin Bran and with 1% milk. And for lunch I had a salad, which, depending on what lettuce I think it's the lettuce. I think with salads everything comes down to the greens. So I just had iceberg lettuce, and when I eat iceberg lettuce, it's like eating nothing. But I had carrots and tomato and onion and some olives, and yeah, so that was lunch. I had water, and I made my coffee, but a little cup. It's this big. So a little cup means less coffee made, right? Less coffee made. but it's still frothy, and Coffee Mate isn't that bad, but still there's, there's the sugars. And so anyway, I'll let you know how I do as time goes on. I want to show you a couple things, talk about a couple things, just to kind of catch you up on life as it is. We got our mural. I talked about the wall mural for the green wall, and this is our mural. It's this. It's in here. It's 6 panels, and it came from Poland, and we've had it for, I don't know, I think it arrived on the 29th, so it arrived a good week earlier than we expected because it came from Poland. So it's here, and we just have to pick a day where we're going to work to get all the panels up. So we have it, we just don't have it up on the wall yet. So I wanted to share that with you. Also, do you remember when weeks ago, I think it was weeks ago, I showed you this jar with the gems, and I said, if I have a good mental health day, I'm going to take a gem and I'm going to put it in my Be Happy glass. So you can see, I'd have to go back in my videos to see how many, it's been weeks. You would think I'd have more gems in here, but I've had a lot of days that have not been great mental health days. But when I have a good mental health day that I consider really good, I put one of the gems from in here into that glass. So, I mean, such is life. The month of June, George has a dentist appointment, and then the following day a foot doctor appointment. And then I meet his doctor, which is now my doctor, at the end of the month. So that'll be kind of neat. I need to color my hair. A couple people over time asked what I use, and so this time I picked up number 10, Clairol number 10. Nice and easy. I have my contacts in, so I can't read unless I put my cheaters on. This is extra light blonde. And if I can find nice and easy, I will get nice and easy. If I can't, then I get the Garnier. I'm looking out the door, the bunch of neighbors outside. The kids playing. So all I'm going to do with this pretty much is just the roots. Like, a lot of women now are not coloring the underneath. My underneath is always darker, so I'm not going to fuss too much with the underneath. I'm going to do the roots up to about there, and then around the crown, and then comb it through, just whatever color I put on, comb it through. If you hear a weird sound, it's George up there on his chair on wheels. Maybe he's printing something and he's moving around. Yeah, I'm just going to do like to here, and then I'll comb it through. I got to get that done. I've had my hair colored for like 3 days, maybe 4 days, and I haven't done it. But I will. I'll do it. The Go Be Kind book. A couple of you commented that you liked the Go Be Kind book and what it meant. I put my little postcard. I don't know if I said about this. I probably didn't. The last page in the Go Be Kind book, and George bought this for me. He bought a used copy, which I appreciated, because you don't need to pay full price. But at the end of the book, adventure number 28 and a half, there was a postcard, and I had to stamp it, and then I wrote in the postcard how I changed someone's life. And I mailed it off to Leon, the author of the book. Now this book is from 2019, so I don't know if he's still doing this project, but he said for every postcard he got back, he was going to donate a book to a child in need. So my hope is that he's still doing this. And I did put on the postcard that I talk about the Go Be Kind book. And so hopefully, it's gone out to California. Hopefully he's still doing the free book for a kid who might want a book. Also in the book is this part where you tear out these pages, and I have the same pages on my refrigerator. This one says, "I've got your back, friend. We're all in this together." It's this one here. And this one says, "You are an unstoppable force of love and magic who can make all their dreams come true." So I have that one. "You are stronger, more powerful, and more amazing than you think." There's that one. "And thank you for making the world a kinder, happier, and more magical place." There's that one. So I'm debating either taking these to the mall the next time that we walk the mall and handing them out, which would be a little difficult for me because of my anxiety, or mailing them to some people who I have addresses. Hang on. Just one sneeze? I'm only going to sneeze once. That's really weird for me. Okay. So I have some addresses. So maybe I'll make some copies of these and I'll mail them out. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But anyway. I was reading this with you guys, and we got up to adventure number 5. So I think this is worthy enough to talk about a little bit more. So I'm going to do adventure number 5. If you don't want to be a part of adventure number 5, just skip forward. It's okay, it's fine. So what stops you from being kind is what adventure number 5 is. Now wait right there, Leon, who says, "I'm not kind." I'm not saying you're mean. For starters, you're reading a book on kindness. I'm pretty sure a mean person would never do that. But the truth is, all of us can be kinder every day, and that includes me. Because kindness is about more than manners. It's about seeing everyone around us. Have you ever read the book, The Little Prince? It's about a little English boy who travels the world to find friends because on his planet, he is totally, utterly alone. Just kidding, he's not English. But he is a boy searching the whole universe for kindness, until finally he lands on a planet filled with beautiful flowers and one lonely fox, a very important fox. After the prince and the fox become friends, the prince must leave to go and meet more people. The fox is sad to see his new friend leave and promises that if the prince will spend just a little bit more time with him, he will tell him a secret, a very important secret. You want to hear it? It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. So they throw in a fox, pretty smart fox, because we cannot see kindness. But when we see other people, we can feel kindness in our heart. Usually, though, we're too busy, shy, scared, tired, stressed to reach out to someone else. Today's adventure is an easy one. It's a pop quiz, actually. Now, before you turn the page, get out your pen. It's okay, I'll wait. Don't jump ahead. Got it? Great. When you see the following quiz, don't think, just answer. Ready? If this one takes you more than 30 seconds, you took too long. So, What stops you from being kind? I checked the box, I'm angry that the world is so hard and mean at times. And I checked the box, I'm not shy, and I still don't know what to say. I checked the box, I don't want to get embarrassed or worse, rejected. And I checked the box other, everything scares me. So they give you a list of what you can check. One of the things is I'm terrified I'm going to get hurt if I share my heart with the world. And I'm shy and I really don't know what to say. I'm an introverted extrovert, so I do okay in conversation when I have to. Anyway, don't move, don't turn the page, don't check your phone or put something in your cart on Amazon. Don't do any of the things we use to avoid being uncomfortable. Kindness is about being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Sit with your answer for a moment, even if it hurts a little. Because whatever is stopping you from connecting with others is the same thing that stops you from being really, truly happy. We all have that dark place, that big hurt, the thing that gets in the way every time we want to reach out to someone else. Every time we want to be honest with ourselves. What is it? I'll tell you mine. I felt alone for a lot of my life. See, you can do it. Your turn. So this is true. This is what Leon is saying. He felt alone most of his life. My big hurt, mine personally, is I never fit in. No family ties, and I look differently. I feel alone. So they give you a spot where you can fill it in. And that's my big hurt, is the never fitting in. Now that you've written it down, sit with it, comfort it, hold its hand, and begin to figure out a way to work together. You're not going to fix it in one day. Change takes time. I decided to heal my big hurt by connecting with other people. That doesn't mean that I'm never alone, but my big hurt of aloneness has been healed. I moved from hurt to happy. And no, it didn't happen overnight, but it can start right now for you. Feel free to rip your big hurt out of this journal and put it somewhere where you can look at it. How can you start to heal your big hurt today so that you can be happy? And then there's a little checkbox. You did it. We all have a big hurt that stands between us and the world. Today I started to heal my hurt so I could share my heart. So that was adventure number 5. I love this book and the simplicity of it and how much it has hit me in the feels. Onward. Deepak Chodra. How do you say his last name? We'll just say Deepak. Chodra? We'll say Chodra. I think that's pretty close. George sent me a little 2-minute talk that Deepak was doing. And I wrote down the 5 things that he talks about, the 5 illusions that imprison us. And I got to keep my glasses on so that I can read, but there's 5 illusions that imprison us. But it's at the very end, what he says at the very end, that I really want to talk about. So stay with me through this, even if you don't believe in all this stuff, okay? Just stick with me for a second. The first illusion is predictability. Predictability, possibilities. We're always trying to predict what's going to happen, the weather, what's going to happen with our job, with an upcoming trip. We predict or try to predict what's going to happen with the rest of our lives. That doesn't always come true. We can get close, but that doesn't mean we're going to, be correct. The second one is control. You can't control anything. You can't control yourself. You can't control others. Now, this one I thought a lot about because I believe that there's a small amount of control. Like, let's say I'm going to go to the gas station to put $20 worth of gas in my car. Like that I can pretty much control. If I've got $20 and that's how much I can spend on gas, I can get pretty close to 20 on the pump, right? But that doesn't mean that the pumps are going to be working. So right there, there's control. But we do try to control everything. The people around us, ourselves, the way we live our lives. Control, I think, is one of the biggest things that just brings us absolutely to our knees. The third illusion is time. The notion of time, running out of time. This one was so big for me because in a couple of months, I finished my 66th rotation around the sun. Now, I've made it longer than a lot of people. George is in his 70th rotation. His birthday was February, and we're now in June. So my dad used to say, the older you get, the faster time goes. And now that I'm older, I recognize that, well, one, there's really no such thing as time. Like, think about it and tell me what time is. Like, I mean, really seriously, tell me what time is. What is it? We're not running out of something that we don't even have. We're just being in the moment, in the second. And so what I realized with being older is that I've lived longer than I'm going to live. That's a fact. That's got nothing to do with control. Fact of the matter is, at some point my body's going to break down and I'm going to leave this form and this space. What I do know about time is it's not moving any faster. I'm just recognizing that I won't be here as long as I've already been here. So it's that realization of all of the time that I've had, that I've used, the things that I've done, the way I've spent my time, and how much time do I have left. And so we think that time is going faster. There's a helicopter. That helicopter's really low. You should be able to hear that, definitely. It's really low. Time's not moving faster. We're just recognizing that we're closer to the end of the form that we're in. The fourth one is identity. And Deepak says, which identity? Name, all we are is a name with a bunch of experiences. And what he's talking about with that is, he says, you can make a LinkedIn and you list your experiences. Where you went to school, what degree you got, what jobs you've had, who else you're connected with. It's all experiences. And that's what creates our identity, is our series of experiences. Some of these, all of these, I just had to stop and go, yeah. Most people don't think about this. And then matter, a huge emptiness with a few scattered dots. Pixels appearing as ourselves, or as this table, or as this notepad, or as this book, because that's all that we are. And Sky and I used to have talks all the time about what or who we really are. So what Deepak says is, these illusions that imprison us cause conflict, divorce, marital problems, dysfunctional kids, war, drug abuse, terrorism, climate change, racism, hatred, prejudice, bigotry, and the extinction of species. Now, this is what I want to get to. Because we are bound by illusion instead of being playful. Bound by illusion instead of being playful. We're trying to control ourselves and others, our lives. We are trying to create an identity. We are trying to predict everything that's going to happen and try and make that happen. We are trying to control time and fit as much as we can in. And so we're doing all of these things. And by doing all of those things, we forget to be playful. So at what point, so my question for you guys is this. When we were kids, we were playful. I played hopscotch. I had a jump rope. I had a Chinese jump rope. I had a bike. There was a playground 3 blocks away. As a kid, you can be playful. You're playful. At what point do we stop being playful? At what point are we no longer playful and we're now an adult and we're adulting? How many times have you seen a meme where someone says, I don't want to adult today? Because what they're saying is, it has to all be serious, and we've got to get it all figured out, and we've got to control it all, and we've got to make sure everything is perfect, and we've got to make sure everything's okay, and we're just working at controlling everything that we're not even going to take with us when we go, and we stop being playful because we're so fixated on everything that has to get done, that we feel has to get done, that we've got to do, and we've got to do it as adults. I don't know how many times I've said to my 36-year-old son, you're 36 years old now, it's time that you be an adult. I've said that to him so many times. So what I'm saying to him basically is, don't be playful. Don't even think about being playful. You get to a point where, you're just being an adult. And with that, all the responsibilities of being an adult. So what does playful mean to you? If you could be playful, what would that look like for you? What would that feel like? What would you be doing being playful? For me, and I've thought about this and thought about this and thought about this, a lot of it would be the things like going to an amusement park, like the things that we think about that we did as a kid when we were playful. We can, in our memory, go, go to the playground, go horseback riding, go to the beach and jump in the waves. That's being playful, right? But what about everyday, ordinary things like dancing? Do you know how much stress you relieve when you dance? My upstairs bathroom, I don't know about this bathroom. I'll have to see what kind of tile, I think it's tile in this bathroom, the powder room. But the upstairs bathroom is black marble tile. It's fake. But it's the best dancing floor ever. So this morning, I was putting on my makeup and washing my hair and all that stuff, and I put music on. And then I just started to dance. Had my socks on so you can, do the slide around. You can be playful in so many ways. You can laugh, you can sing out loud, you can dance, you can get out a board game, like anything that's not being an adult for a minute. So think about it, and if you care to, put in the comments, what would being playful look like for you? I'm so curious what other people will say. Have you ever thought about the fact that maybe we're not playful anymore? once we hit a certain age, like we're responsible adults, so that kind of takes playful out of the equation. And why? Why should we take playful out of the equation? I don't think we should. And yet we hit a certain age and then forever, it's all we do is be adults. And then it's really hard to remember how to be playful. So that's my thoughts for today. Think on it. Throw some stuff in the comments if you would. We have more painting to do. George did the front door inside and out. Both sides of the door are done. And the steps are done. I think I said that already at another time. I went down in the basement and washed the basement door. I don't know if I said that yet in another video, but I took soapy water and I washed the outside of the door and the inside of the door and the blinds that are on the door. And the door looks so good. It doesn't need to be painted. It just needed a really good cleaning. So the outside doesn't need to be painted. The inside is a blue color. I don't know if we're going to do anything with that, but we have to go over to Lowe's and get another can of the green matchy-matchy paint to do these 3 doors here: the basement door, pantry door, and bathroom door. We're going to do those 3, and then we're going to do the passion color upstairs, on the doors upstairs. Now, I was thinking that the closet doors upstairs, I was thinking that they were metal louver doors, but they're not. I was thinking of the other apartment, my apartment. They were metal doors. These are wooden doors, and they like open like this, you know, and so they can be painted. So there's 3 sets of closet doors along with the main doors for each room, and then the linen closet door. So there's a lot of doors upstairs to paint, and he would like to spray them with a sprayer as opposed to using a brush. We'll see. It'll get done. But that's it for now. I'm going to go. Take care of yourselves, okay? Throw some things in the comments. Let me know how you are. Let me know what's new. And let me know what playful means to you. And if you would care to share it, because it's kind of hard, what would be your big hurt? If you would want to share your big hurt, what is your big hurt? And are you able to kind of rip that page out and get rid of it so that it's no longer a big hurt? For me, not fitting in with the family is going to always be there. I'm never going to fit in. It's the way I think, the way I look, who I am. There's never going to be a fitting in. But then again, sometimes I don't feel like I fit in with the world. So I'm going to go. Namaste. Have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.